So now we are going to study succession management. This is a part of human resource management, and the organization requires some HR planning in order to do succession management in the organization. So let us look at the definition of succession management first. So the succession management is a process whereby we ensure that a pool of skilled employees is available to meet the strategic objectives of the organization. So what does it mean? So suppose you have important positions in the organization, say the job of the finance director or the HR director. So for each of these posts, the organization creates a pool of available employees, skilled employees, who can replace the person if the person leaves the organization. So if the finance director leaves the organization, then the organization will create a pool of will have a pool of skilled employees who can uh, replace the vacancy. So this pool is created beforehand. So there are various reasons for succession management. These are some of the reasons. In this slide, we have a few reasons, and in the next slide as well. So it provides more opportunities for high potential workers, because those who are high potential workers, they can be groomed up for these key positions. Then it also identifies replacement needs. As a result of these replacement needs, the employees can be trained and the employees' education development needs can be catered. It also creates a promotable employees pool. So when we are conducting succession management from this pool of employees, we can promote in the future. It helps to implement the organization's strategic business plans, because the necessary human resources are always available. Then the individuals can realize their career paths, and this also helps the organization to tap into the intellectual capital, because we are actually looking at our employees and we are training them. It encourages the advancement of diverse groups, because when we are practicing succession management, we are actually encouraging people to take up the leadership positions. It also improves the employees' ability to respond to changes, because it makes the employees more skilled. The employees feel more uh, encouraged and motivated. So if there is any voluntary separation programs, that means if the employees are given any opportunity that if they want, they can leave the organization with the separation package. In that case, if any vacancy becomes available in the organization, those can be filled up. Then it can help the organization decide which workers can be terminated without damaging the organization. If there is any downsizing, the organization can cope up with that, and also it helps to reduce the number of employees to the essential workers only. So replacement planning is a similar process. It is a process of finding replacement employees for key managerial positions. So replacement planning used to be practiced before succession management came. So the key differences between these two concepts are mentioned over here. In case of succession management, the focus is broader. That means it is not only managerial employees, it could be any key positions. The time horizon is also bigger in case of succession management. The organization plans for a longer timeline. In case of succession management, the organization deals with a pool of employees for replacement, whereas in replacement planning, only one person is being considered. And in case of succession management, the evaluation system is also more robust. So these definitions are related with succession management. We are familiar with some of these terms. For example, promotion. So it means when an employee's movement takes place upward in the hierarchy of the organization, that is called promotion. And job rotation means when an employee moves through different positions in the job, in the organization, and gains experience. So these movements are all lateral, that means at the same level. And we also have mentors in the organization. So mentors are those who actually coach, advise, and encourage the junior employees in the organization. So the succession management process involves these steps. So first, the organization decides that it will use succession management plan. Then it aligns this plan with the strategy. So how does this alignment takes place? For example, in order to achieve the organization's strategy, the succession management plan has to be developed in such a way so that the key people who are necessary in the organization, the key positions, those are always uh, filled up. So this is how the succession management plan is aligned with the strategy. Then in order to do that, the skills and the competencies needed to meet those strategic objectives are set. So then the employees are analyzed, and those who are high potential employees, they are identified. That means those employees who have these necessary skills and competencies, or they have partially. Then they are provided developmental opportunities and experiences, these employees, through job rotation and other activities. And then these employees are developed and groomed up. And this whole process is being monitored by the organization. So once these employees are groomed up and they are ready to take up those jobs, then they are placed in the new jobs. So how do we identify the high potential employees? We have few examples over here. These are also explained in the textbook. So temporary replacement means that from time to time, if anyone goes on leave or on extended vacation, during that time, another person might be given that responsibility. So that is known as temporary replacement. So those who are working in those temporary replacements, they might be also high potential employees. So these employees are monitored and then it is checked whether they are good employees, good performers or not, and then they can be shortlisted as high potential employees for future succession management process. Then the second one is replacement charts, which means basically maintaining a chart that if a particular position becomes vacant, then for that position, who else is there to take up that role. Then we have strategic replacement. So basically, if the organization thinks about the future, that what jobs might become vacant, and then as a result, the organization might think of developing those skills inside the organization in the employees. And the last one is maintaining a talent management culture inside the organization. That means using different functions of the human resource management area, that is training, hiring, and compensation to motivate the employees to build up their talents. So how do the organizations provide developmental opportunities? So these are some of the techniques. One is promotion. So when an employee is promoted, that employee is given a higher responsibility. So by taking more responsibility, the employee tries to uh, do better, and by that the employee actually develops. Then employees can be sent through job rotations laterally. So at the same level, the employee might be working in other departments or in other business units. So by doing that, the employee also gains experience. Then the employee might have special assignments to do through which they can get experience. Then organizations can use formal training and development programs. And lastly, the organizations can deploy mentors and coaches to help ensure that the employees are being groomed up and they are given the necessary skills. So these are the methods used. So that's it in this topic.